1991.
A calendar from 1991. Guess they really liked that year.
There has to be a reason why it's stuck in 1991. To remind her of the code.
A computer. They likely keep records of their patients on it.
Wait, use... I have the item to solve this, Shauna. Do I use a boot disk? Are you kidding me? Wow. Can I do that? So, extract... Oh... I forgot about this. Cement. So, I didn't even have to figure out the username. And I got it right. Oh, actually, no, that is not correct. So, cement as in Autogado. What the heck is that? Is that a Spanish word? Autogado. Cement as Autogado. Mendes. Yeah, thank you, Shauna. Autogado. Oh, what? I got it right. I got it wrong. Torgador. Aha. So we are looking for Spade. Oh, Charles Wade. Not Spade. Charles Wade. So, day of birth, August 14th, 1924. Referral from Dr. A. Friedman, St. Francis Medical Center, Kentucky, KC. Patient has undergone successful invasive heart surgery and was transferred to this facility at his own request. I wonder why. The initial prognosis looks good, and the patient is likely to make a full recovery in 6 to 8 weeks. So, in stable conditions, room 6B. There we go. Room 6B. Now, we can look through the files.
Rows and columns of files. Probably easier to use the computer if I need to do some digging. Rows and columns of...
Can I use that number, 6B? Oh, can I go up to 6B? Nice. Okay.
It's all right, Claude.
Understood, sir.
So you know who I am.
So, you managed to find me.
I did.
Well, let's get this over with then. How do you want your pictures? Shall I get some tubes to fill my face with? Will that suffice for your front page?
I'm no journalist. Well, not yet anyway.
Ah, she's but a cub. So, you're hoping for your big break. Surely this must be worth an internship at one of the big papers. Do you want me to call Thompson at the Times and get it over with? I still play golf with him every once in a while.
That's not what this is about, it's personal. You're assuming a lot, Mr. Wade. I don't need to Becky bank on favors, I make my own way. That is her personality, you know? Yeah, let's pick that choice.
I don't need to piggyback on favors. I make my own way.
That sounds like
a
her.
stance I can respect. Very well, you have piqued my curiosity. Who are you?
I'm Kathy Rain. Joseph was my grandfather.
Now I remember. You were at the funeral.
I was.
You were late.
I needed my morning smoke. Besides, it's not like Grandpa was going anywhere.
Oh, just look at her, Claude. She's absolutely fearless. That's Joseph's blood running through her veins.
She certainly has a smart mouth, sir.
I must say, you have me intrigued, Kathy. What can this old man help you with?
Well, we can start by answering some questions. And I do have a lot. Start from the beginning.
Do you know anything about what happened to my grandfather in '81?
I wish I did, Kathy. You must know I did everything in my power to help. How do you think Mary Elizabeth could afford all that expensive treatment? MRIs, neurologists, say what you will about Joseph. But he was never rich.
Strange. Grandma never mentioned that to me.
She's just too proud. At first she refused. She was convinced that I had an agenda, that there were strings attached.
And were there?
Don't be silly. Despite all that had happened, I still loved Joseph dearly. I wanted to help. People from places like this have a deeply rooted mistrust in the rich, passed on for generations. In her eyes, I had become one of them.
So that's all you know about the whole affair?
Are you implying that there's more to know? I left the diagnosis to the professionals. Mrs. Rain accepted the health care, but asked me to stay out of everything else. So I did.
I see. What can you tell me about your friendship with Grandpa?
Joseph was the best friend I ever had. We grew up together, married our high school sweethearts together, went to war together. I can't even begin to count the number of times he's saved my life. I repaid the favor once or twice, but he came up ahead, no doubt.
So, when did you two lose touch? I heard that something happened between you and him. What was it?
The truth is, Brian Rain happened. Sharon Evans happened.
My parents?
Yes. They ruined everything with their vile, destructive behavior.
How
I
so?
couldn't have that around my daughter or my newborn grandson. Joseph was naive. He believed that anyone could be helped, that anyone could be reasoned with, given a chance. He was just too good, bless him. He should have been harder on Brian, more strict.
Agree with him about tough love. Tell him Grandpa is not to be blamed. Say nothing. Okay, I didn't ask for your choices. The last question, so why don't we do it now? Let's take a vote. Which one should I go with? 1, 2, or 3? Agree with him about tough love. Tell him Grandpa is not to be blamed. Or say nothing, remain silent. So, I guess 3 is winning now. Let's say 3. We say nothing, we remain silent.
So our family started drifting apart. Eventually my company grew much too large for this little town, and we moved on. Not long after that, your grandfather ended up in that wheelchair. That marked the end of our friendship, for obvious reasons.
Ray, you're too late. So, what about Lily Myers?
You bought a number of paintings by Lily Myers. Why?
I'm known to dabble in art from time to time. Martha, my wife at the time, was enamored with the paintings. I believe she first saw them at the high school which the Myers girl attended. Anyway, after the poor girl killed herself, I bought the paintings speculatively.
Why?
When a young artist with any talent to speak of commits suicide, it can be a wet dream of certain connoisseurs. Shortly after procuring the art, I had it valued by an expert who determined that the value was 3 times the amount I bought it for. Today, I'm sure I would have made my money back tenfold or more if it wasn't for the art theft.
What art theft?
What?
There was a burglary at the mansion I used to own here in town. It was all over the local news at the time.
Well, shit.
Eloquently put.
So, stolen artwork. Wow. Let's continue with the topic. So, something on the paintings.
Can you tell me about the art theft?
Well, somebody broke in, stole the paintings, and got out. Fairly clumsy job. Lots of broken windows. The strangest thing was that I had a Monet, a Rembrandt, and 2 paintings by Picasso, untouched. But every single painting by an unknown local artist, gone.
That can't be a coincidence.
Agreed. Somebody wanted those paintings badly.
I assume there was an investigation.
Yes, Sheriff Truman came by with his deputy a few hours later, but they didn't have much luck. They found a few hairs, which turned out to be from Ruffles, the family dog.
Some stunning police work right there.
Indeed. There was a single witness, though, who said he could make out multiple burglars leaving the scene of the crime, but nothing more than that.
So, I take it the case was closed?
Yes. I honestly didn't care much one way or the other, given the fact that my most expensive pieces were safe and sound.
I think I'll have a chat with the sheriff about the matter, if that's okay with you.
Certainly. I'll call ahead and instruct him to give you everything you need.
That'd be great. Thanks, Charles.
Anytime. But I'm curious, what's your interest in the paintings?
I've learned that my grandfather went to Sue and asked to see them, right before he had his injury.
Is that so? Strange.
So something about the paintings. Yeah, we have to find them fast. I'm sure that clue, one important clue is going to be on the paintings. One of the paintings at least. So what about the Church of Holy Trinity?
What can you tell me about the Church of the Holy Trinity?
They seem like any other church to me. But then again, I'm not their usual clientele. Weddings, baptisms, and funerals are just about what I can muster. And I always leave early.
So you know nothing about other shady business happening in the church? Can I trust you on that?
Do you recognize the call sign Cocky?
Would be strange if I didn't, since I was the one who coined it.
Oh.
It belongs to a fellow named Jimmy Cochran. He was a coward, really. The nickname is somewhat of a bad joke.
Perfect. Thanks.
So who is he? And where can I find him?
Tell me about Jimmy Cochran. Is he still alive?
In a literal sense. He's been held in a mental institution for years.
Let me guess. Since 81?
Either 82 or 83. I'm fairly certain it was early 83.
Do you remember the name of the institution?
Something starting with an E. Emerson, Everton, or similar.
Ingstrom? Ingstrom Psychiatric Hospital?
Yes, that's the one. You know the place, Kathy.
Well, so make something up or tell him the truth about Mom. Oh, this is important, guys. This is an important question, so let's take a vote again. Tell him the truth about Mom or make something up. 1-1. We have 2 ones. All ones. Wow. Ones. One. Ray S. The only 2 in the chat. And I kind of agree with you all, except Ray. Yeah, tell him the truth about Mom. Yeah, so far I'm liking the guy, so I'm not seeing any hidden agendas or whatsoever. I think we can trust him.
I do. My mother is in there. Sharon Evans? I had her committed about a year ago.
I see. It must have taken a lot of courage to do that, Kathy. Mothers have a lot of power over us. More than most of us care to admit.
I guess so. Do you know why Jimmy ended up in there?
Some obsessive-compulsive syndrome. He became fixated with circles and started hurting himself, trying to scratch the circles out of his head.
Creepy. I wonder what set him off. I think I'll check the place out tomorrow. Too late to head back to the city now.
Martin. Yeah, it can be dangerous, but I don't know.
Thanks, Charles. That's all I need for now.
You're welcome, Kathy. Come back anytime.
So, I see more paintings here.
Just some boring landscape paintings. Just some boring landscape paintings. I'd rather not. He'd crush me like a twig.
Okay, oh, a phone?
Private phone. Wade must get special privileges here.